My background is commercial. This is what I've studied. This is what I've worked with. I was handling and managing a number of different business development roles for different companies, both in Greece as well as in Cyprus, as well as in Malta. Then when I returned to Malta from Greece, I took on the role of as a CEO of one of the BPO companies located in Malta with subsidiaries in different parts of the world and different strategic alliances. And following that sprint, then I went into setting up my own business. And this has been 4.5 years now to date, where basically I focus on three main different areas. I sit as an NED on different boards. The second aspect and the second pillar is more focused on mentoring and executive mentoring to C-suite and executive management. And the third pillar is focused mostly on internationalization and assisting companies to expand beyond the current footprint, whether it is with strategic alliances across borders, cross collaborations, expanding their current service-based. So it's more B2B rather than B2C. And that's quite an interesting bit when it comes to the internationalization aspect. Going abroad, living abroad, having the opportunity to have that experience and change different aspects and mind shifts and seeing things from different geographies, different cultures. Even though, to be honest, Malta is a hub and a platform for different companies setting up shop in Malta itself. However, giving that experience and having that experience definitely was of great benefit to me as a person, because both from a client perspective and the professional perspective, bringing back that knowledge and experience back home, that was greatly beneficial. But also as an individual, I think the exposure one gets from being able to have that experience professionally and personally is really, really great. And that comes into play, especially when you come to handle different challenges and problem solving, solutions, for instance, scaling. So there was a particular aspect when our company back then, when I was working with Centercom as a group or the aviation group, so we had to scale up very quickly in a very short period of time. So these cross collaborations and the ability to have and nurture your network across different shores and countries comes again very handy, because you will be able to see the bigger picture. And that really helps in different circumstances. One of my mandates, Steve, back then was to conduct a transformational process. It comes to managing and changing the culture. And that meant shifting, transforming the management team, both from a more customer focused, because we were providing customer service, but not solely to the aviation industry, because as you mentioned initially, the group was World Aviation Group, and we were servicing aviation clients. That said, as we went along, we started diversifying, and that's where we rebranded, and we went into Centercom and positioned the company as Centercom, which was a little bit more wide-reaching, and this is where we met. Since then, we were providing services for classified companies as well, amongst other services and other companies. So the biggest challenge was this transformational piece. So there were a number of moving parts at the moment. We had to become more productive, more efficient, as most of us are aware. When it comes to the BPO industry, it's all about numbers. So having the right technology in place, and I think we will cover that a little bit later as well, the type of technology, the type of platforms that you need, workforce management, and making sure that you have the right competencies and skills in place to ensure productivity and efficiency. Then the second piece is around the HR, having the right training and putting the right people and onboarding the right skills and the right competencies to ensure not only the productivity side is being achieved, but also from a quality perspective, what is the value that we are providing consistently to our clients. And that went into business analytics, the reporting side, the reporting bit, and everything around that. So I think that was part of the biggest challenge and the biggest achievement at the same time. And it was one of the best learning experiences, because when you deal with people, when you're there and you're gaining the trust. So a lot in the beginning was about trust building the trust to ensure that your team trusts you, that whatever you're planning, wherever you're showing them, where you're going next, they will believe in your vision and they will follow. And then change becomes a little bit easier. I'm seeing the relevance of CRM systems even for small, medium-sized enterprises. In Malta, we have a number of those family-run businesses, smaller businesses. When compared to the UK, they might be micro. So they might employ around 40 to 60 employees. And however, that said, even within that size, having a proper CRM system where there is a log of clients, potential clients, quotes, proposals, follow-ups, there is continuity. I think even more so now after the pandemic, companies have realized the importance and the relevance of having data. The data integrity, security of the data, and that it is not worth having different Excel sheets and different reports all over one's portal, for example, or everyone is owning a different report, for instance. Because then there is an issue there of integrity, but also of continuity, especially when it comes to customer data. And both from a B2C and a B2B perspective, I think that's both very relevant. When you come to B2C, obviously, in terms of customer experience, I see a gap in the market. And when I'm seeing a gap, I work a lot with the Southern Mediterranean Basin, for instance, and there's a lot where customer experience can be improved. We are all discussing about inflation and cost of living increases, and everything is increasing across the board. So companies can really make a difference when they come to customer experience, that added value. And once you have the data stored into your technology and you use that technology to your advantage to be able to make a difference, to be able to provide that added value, because it's all shifting. Again, after COVID, we expect an instant reply over the phone. Everything is through a click of a button. We used to call to order food. Now, not anymore. Everything is done online. You book your flight, you check in, you order your cab. There's no human intervention. Human intervention is required during an emergency, and I think that is still required, but that's for another chapter, that's for another time, I think. However, going back to data and the relevance of platforms and how important it is to keep the data updated, because obviously that is what you need, and using the data to your own advantage. I mean, we've been discussing this. It's much easier for companies to retain their client base and grow their current client base rather than acquiring new clients. This has been recorded time and time again. So having the right systems in place, having the right technology in place, and ensuring that the people and your own team know how to manage that, to be able to create those dashboards, to take the decisions in a timely manner, is definitely key. So definitely having an omni-channel platform to be able to handle all the different channels and all the different contacts is a must for any customer-facing organization, whether that is a BPO outsourcing company and whether that is a company that is handling a multitude and different clients or different suppliers. So having that channel as an interlocutor, acting as an interlocutor of some sort, to be able to handle all the different contacts. Nowadays, even myself, for instance, I receive messages from WhatsApp, from LinkedIn, I have 5 different boxes for different clients, and managing that on its own is already taking its toll. So having a platform now on a larger scale for an organization, making sure that customer A, who has contacted us and reached out to us on different channels, emails, because if they don't reach us via live chat, they reach us via social media nowadays. And if not, they try an email. And if not, they try any other channel that is available online. So they try to access that. And that is overlooked or unnoticed, then obviously there's a ripple effect to that. So having those channels where all the different contacts from the same customer can be analyzed, can be inputted, can be highlighted to make it easier and more efficient, and ultimately providing an outstanding customer service and a customer experience to our clients. That is definitely beneficial. Providing added value, Steve. So ensuring that as a consultant, I kind of have an issue a little bit with that term. However, that's the way people refer. I had an issue, I had a difficulty like, okay, but I'm not really a consultant. I find myself more as a partner with my clients. And by that, I mean that I provide more of an advice or a number of different solutions to a problem, because that is where I find that clients really need assistance and really value nowadays. It's not by identifying, sometimes as consultants, we are at cause, identifying the problems, identifying the issues. I think our clients have enough of that. They have teams in place, they have organizations in place, they have a number of they have clients who are reporting back feedback. So definitely they have enough information coming in, highlighting what are the challenges, what's not working. As an advisor, as a consultant, we need to provide solutions, a number of different solutions that might work for our clients, to be able to guide them, to be able to support them in taking the decision and move forward. You're good enough. I think, simply put, Steve, I think that would be the message that I would actually tell myself if I have to go back. Don't overthink. Analysis paralysis, it doesn't work. Perfectionism, it's too much of a utopia. Just go for it. You're good enough. Trust in yourself, trust in your gut, and go for it. I have been lucky, I must admit. So I was lucky that I had good mentors, bosses that always pushed me kind of thing to do my own thing. And then, however, I would have loved to be able to take on more, even though looking back, it wasn't that bad. Let's put it this way. I don't regret anything of it all. But I think that would be the one word of advice.